Have you ever felt the tension in the air when a beloved player teeters on the edge of leaving? Well, Vancouver Canucks fans, brace yourselves. Brock Boeser's future is hanging in the balance after some surprising comments from the front office. With July 1st approaching, will we see the end of an era or a new chapter for this talented winger? This could change everything for our team. The news surrounding the Vancouver Canucks has taken a significant turn, and as a passionate fan, I'm feeling the weight of it. Lawrence Gilman, the former assistant general manager of our team, has publicly criticized the comments made by current GM Patrick Allvin regarding Brock Boeser. It's a situation that has all of us on the edge of our seats, wondering what the future holds for one of our key players. A week ago, the Canucks decided to stand pat at the NHL's trade deadline, opting not to move any of their pending unrestricted free agents, including Boeser. This decision means he's likely heading to the open market on July 1st, and honestly, that's a nerve-wracking prospect for fans like us. After the deadline passed, Allvin stated that Boeser's market value simply wasn't where it needed to be, and that no offers had come in that would benefit the organization. Hearing that was tough, especially from someone who is making decisions that directly impact our team's future. Gilman didn't hold back in his recent interview on Sekeres and Price. He expressed his dissatisfaction with how Allvin characterized Boeser, stating, "Let's address the elephant in the room." He clearly felt that Allvin's comments devalued Boeser in a way that could affect the player's performance. And you know what? I can't help but agree. When a player hears that their value isn't recognized, it can have a significant psychological impact. Gilman went on to say that he believes this situation has already begun to influence Boeser's game, pointing out that since the trade deadline, Boeser has had just 1 assist and 5 shots on goal over the last 4 games. That's not the production we need from him. Boeser himself addressed Allvin's comments after the deadline. He mentioned he hadn't had time to fully process everything, but made it clear that he is focused on being loyal to the Canucks. Loyalty is admirable, but it's becoming increasingly clear that loyalty alone may not be enough to keep him in Vancouver. He said he hopes to speak with Allvin soon about the situation, but the clock is ticking. As fans, we're left wondering whether he will actually receive a contract extension or if we'll see him walk away for nothing this summer. With the Canucks facing the possibility of losing a talented scorer like Boeser, the team has to be strategizing behind the scenes. Finding a replacement for a player of his caliber isn't going to come cheap or easy. As we look towards the future, I find myself torn. On one hand, I understand the business side of the NHL. You need to make tough decisions. On the other hand, losing a player who has shown such promise and loyalty could set the franchise back. So, what does this mean for the Canucks' chances moving forward? It's hard to say. If Boeser does hit free agency, we're not just losing a player. We're losing a piece of our identity. This organization has invested time and energy into developing him, and to let that go would be a hard pill to swallow. Every fan wants to see the team succeed, and decisions like these weigh heavily on our hopes and dreams. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you believe the Canucks made the right move by not trading Boeser? Do you think Allvin's comments were warranted, or do you feel they were damaging? Honestly, I'm torn between wanting to see the team stay competitive and the fear of losing a player who could shine elsewhere. Thatcher Demko has been out of action for over a month now, and we finally have clarity on the nature of his injury. The Vancouver Canucks faced off against the Toronto Maple Leafs in early February, which turned out to be the last game for Demko before the Four Nations face-off. Unfortunately, he suffered a lower body injury during the first period of that game. Shortly after the tournament, the Canucks placed him on injured reserve, citing a lower body injury, but the specifics remained under wraps until now. During a recent segment on Halford and Bra on Sportsnet 650, insider Rick Dhaliwal revealed that Demko is dealing with a groin injury. For those following the Canucks, this isn't the first time we've heard about groin issues affecting Demko. Last season, he spent nearly 3 months sidelined due to a similar concern. It's tough to see a player of his caliber struggle with injuries, especially when you consider how vital he is to the team's success. Dhaliwal also pointed out a significant challenge for Demko, the Canucks' packed schedule. With back-to-back games on the horizon, it's been difficult for him to get the full practice time he needs to return to form. As fans, we can appreciate the grind these players go through, but it's frustrating to see our star goalie unable to train properly due to the demands of the schedule. Dhaliwal mentioned that Demko requires full team practices before he can get back into game action. When games are stacked so closely, there just isn't enough time for necessary training. On a more positive note, there was some encouraging news as the Canucks hit the ice at UBC for practice. Demko participated for about 20 minutes before heading to the locker room, which was part of the plan. Jeff Patterson from Rink Wide, Vancouver reported that Demko skated with the group for around 35 minutes and was actively involved. This is a glimmer of hope for us fans. It shows that he is slowly working his way back, and we can only hope that these incremental steps lead to a quicker return. Let's not forget, Demko's journey over the past year has been tough. He's faced not just this groin injury, but also 2 knee ailments that delayed his start to the 2024-25 season until early December. In 17 games this season, he has a record of .663, with a goals against average of 2.87 and a save percentage of .891. He even managed to notch a shutout earlier in the season, which speaks volumes about his capabilities when he's healthy. As a devoted Vancouver Canucks fan, I can't help but feel a mix of hope and concern regarding Demko's situation. We all know how crucial he is to our chances of success. When he's on his game, he's a difference maker. But with injuries nagging at him, it raises questions about the team's long-term strategy. Do you think the Canucks made the right call in handling Demko's situation? I'm honestly torn here. Part of me appreciates the caution they're taking, ensuring he's fully ready before returning. But another part worries that the longer he's out, the more it affects our playoff aspirations. It's vital for the Canucks to balance the immediate need for wins with the long-term health of their star goalie. If Demko can return to form, he could be the backbone we need to push for the playoffs. However, if he's rushed back and suffers another setback, it could spell disaster for both him and the team. And you? What do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Should the Canucks prioritize Demko's full recovery over rushing him back? Or do you believe they should push him to return as soon as possible given the current standings? This is a pivotal moment for our season, and I know each of you has thoughts on how we should move forward. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest Canucks news. And make sure to activate the notification bell so you won't miss any updates as we follow Demko's journey back to the ice. Your support means everything, and together, we'll keep the Canucks spirit alive.